Good afternoon. My name is Donte Francis, and today I'll be telling you about a wonderful woman named Nettie Ruth Davis. Looking upon where the place my grandmother's house once was brought feelings of emptiness and happiness at the same time. Many memories were developed, lasting impressions, and the thoughtfulness and gracefulness of my grandmother. Her name was Nettie Ruth Davis. Nettie was a single mother who gave birth to 7 children, and at this time, I found it bizarre how you don't know what you have until it's gone. While growing up, my main domain was my grandmother's house. Monday through Friday, we would always come home from school and she would be there. She would always go outside with us, take us to the store. She would always make time for us when she's busy. She always put everybody else before herself. No matter what event was going on, she never seemed to get stressed or upset. She just kept her face smiling every time you were around her, and it was a joy to be around her. I admired her for her love she showed each one of her children, as well as her grandchildren, which is rare now. As time went on and I became older, I learned to admire her hardship and learned that she never complained about being a single mother, raising 7 children on her own. It takes courage and strength for someone to raise 7 children alone, and my grandma overcame this. Unfortunately, these days fell short. It was during the 5th grade year of my elementary school, and me and my brother were at home playing video games, having fun, and our mother came home and said she needed to talk to us. And this is when they told us that she was in the hospital in a coma. And when we arrived in South Carolina, I walked into her room and I didn't know what to say. So I waited a couple minutes, gathered myself, and I held her hand, telling her how my day was because she would want to hear about it. I began telling her a funny story about how I was at school and I was racing my friend, and all of a sudden I ran into a pole because I looked back. And I loved spending time with her. Soon after that, the entire family came in, and we gathered hands, and I could feel the love in the room for her. Her willingness to put anything before herself, and the love she shined upon us now was on her. As she slowly slipped away, I felt at ease, and our family became at peace with one another. And I try to carry myself today with the same pride that my grandmother had. And I learned that thoughtfulness and gratefulness can go a long way. And wearing fancy clothes and having the newest things may look nice, but it's the person inside that really matters. Grandmothers, they don't mind hearing the same story over and over, but other people do. And every tear adds to an ocean. Making a cake is mostly about licking the bowl. And making others happy should be everyone's goals in life. I'm positive she would be more happy to hear that if she was here today. And Nettie Ruth Davis was a magnificent person. Was I lucky to be her grandson? Yes. And I'm even luckier to learn life lessons from a distinguished woman. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
How old were you when she passed?
I was 12.
Were you the oldest grandchild?
No. She actually, wow, too many to count. But out of my brother, I'm the youngest.
What was the main thing you learned the most from your grandmother?
Make time for others, treat people how you want to be treated, and just because you have nice things doesn't mean you're that great of a person. Nice things don't make the person, it's the person themselves. Yes.
What was the reason for her coma?
Actually, she at first had breast cancer, so she was already, or had cancer, and then she also went through Alzheimer's at the time. We could notice her losing her memory, asking who some of us were, and it would take her a while to figure out who we were.